They'll put the flag over there. And if it's gusting like it is today, it's a treacherous hole. And as one of our co-commentators, it's just left Wayne Grady. He did take a big score there a few years ago to lose the lead and then lose the tournament.
And there is the water.
Unbelievable. Players try and play away from the water and they can hit it up the back in that back trap. And that's where their trouble starts.
Peter O'Malley, second shot.
Just 80 metres, sand on. He's trying to bounce it up.
He needed to fire it in nice and low. He did that pretty well to get it to skip up the little ridge there in front of the green, but squirting off to the right on him. And not a happy chappy today, Peter O'Malley.
Well, this is the 16th green, our leader, David McKenzie. Remember, he hit his third short and pitched into here. Some 4 metres. It's fairly hard, isn't it, Brett, to lead from start to finish. A magnificent round of 64, then 72 yesterday. And he's just been struggling a little bit on the back nine here.
Well, it's a credit to David's demeanour and the work that he's done on his temperament over the last few years. His goal is to go out and enjoy every round and enjoy every shot and enjoy every hole. And without that sort of attitude, you know, the pressure of leading, I'm sure, would have taken its toll.
Only just recovering from a broken wrist.
You see he's getting a little bit tentative with the putts. He's just sort of feeling the ball to the hole. And early in his round, he was knocking those in by hitting them really firm. Now Craig Parry's just putting his ball back, his marker back. And he's got that short putt to go equal joint leader at 7 under.
That's a shame for David because it was quite a soft, what we call a soft bogey as we go to 18. And that's a garden variety par eventually after a big tee shot from Robert Allenby. Closes with a 70 today.
3 under for the championship, and importantly, only 4 shots behind the leader after everything that's happened in the last hour or so. Back to 17.
It's a great viewing hole here. You can see the gallery up in the hills all around this green. And they're all down the 18th. Magnificent place to watch the golf.
Baddeley's knocked it about 3 metres past, as we saw from that magnificent panoramic shot from the cherry picker.
And Craig Parry having a really good look at this. It is straightforward, to say the least. It's concentration. His concentration on the job at hand is excellent. And a very good birdie 4.
And so for the first time today, we have 3 leaders jointly at 7 under par. Craig Parry, David McKenzie and Raymond Russell. There might be a few nervous bookmakers around Australia at the moment as Paz makes his charge. 17th here at Kooyonga, measures 335 metres, par 4.
And they don't have to be long to be challenging. This is a great example of testing a player's mental and physical ability. Big bunker here on the left, staring them in the eye off the tee. Thick rough over there on the right. Down over a hill now. Driver down to the 250-metre mark. And today where this pin is, right on the front, over on the left-hand side. Very difficult to put your second shot close. Only 5 birdies on a relatively short par 4. The wind is favouring the players from the tee. That will assist them. Tee it over on the right-hand side and draw it down the centre.
Oh, that's a huge drive, straight down the middle. Huge.
3 wood from Craig, and he absolutely rips that club. 12-degree 3 wood. Parry, one of the best timers of the ball in world golf. Effortless swing. It's maximum yardage.
There's the stats that we were talking about with just the 5 birdies and 15 bogeys. This hole has averaged above its par every day. Now, Raymond Russell, can he add to the birdie tally at 17 and take the outright lead?
Well, while Raymond contemplates that putt, we'll go back to the tee. Our joint leader, David McKenzie.
That started left, coming down the left-hand side, and that looks like it might work its way back.
Just over the bunker, just kicking back in the light rough. Will it get on the fairway? Yes. It's in a good position here. Good angle to come in at that flag.
Par putt for Raymond Russell. Solid 2 putt.
Just a reminder, we'll be with you for about the next 18 minutes or so here at Kooyonga. And then we'll rejoin you at 12 o'clock Eastern Daylight Saving Time tomorrow for the final round. Will it be Craig Parry or will it be this man, David McKenzie, or perhaps the Scot Raymond Russell? But there are still plenty of other chances. Peter Senior, after his excellent round today of 68, is right up in the firing line, and Robert Allenby is only 4 shots away from the lead after shooting a 70 today. All the action coming your way right here on 10 tomorrow.
Well, this is the par putt of Aaron Bradley, the leading amateur, down the slope, and just caught the edge. Unfortunately, snuck on by. He'll drop a shot.
Yes, there are quite a few people that fancied Aaron Bradley's chances of winning this tournament coming into the 3rd round. Unfortunately, looks like being an over par round for him today. And it's not over. He's still within distance of the leaders.
Galleries have had their money's worth today, especially on the back nine. Watching players the calibre of this man, Peter O'Malley. Makes his 4 at 17, remains at 3 under, even par for the day. Bit of housekeeping for our joint leader, Craig Parry. I mentioned Ian Stanley, there might be a few nervous bookmakers because he would certainly be the man to beat at the moment, you would think.
Well, that's right. He's been second here a few times, and he's desperate to win this title. Now you can see the angle here of David McKenzie's shot. The flag's on the left. Well, he's on the left side of the fairway, so he can hit the shot at the flag. Or if he's coming from the other side, you don't want to miss it left.
He's got a bit of tailwind helping him here, and he's 95 metres. He's got the lofted wedge out. And that looks pretty good.
And that's a good shot. Just checking it up short of the hole, leaving you an uphill putt of some 5 metres.
There was Sandra Mackenzie-Wood out on the course, and she's been keeping us up to date with all of the action today with Aussie Moore, and they'll be treading the fairways at Kooyonga tomorrow. Now, Mackenzie has posed the question, can Parry answer? Second shot, 17th hole.
He could nearly throw it on here. Pete, he's looks good, 69 metres. Oh, he's got to get it up. And that's the problem with this tight little pin position.
Did the same thing here yesterday, misjudged his second shot into the green, came up short.
So the leaders board looks like this at present. Raymond Russell, Craig Parry and David McKenzie tied for the lead at 7 under par with a 3-shot buffer over the remainder in the 3rd round of the Ford Open Championship from Kooyonga. He needs 2 putts for a round of 69.
Delicate little chip here for Parry, co-leader. Played a poor chip here yesterday where he misjudged it, hit it too far. So he won't be too happy.
Well, back up at the 18th, the second shot of Aaron Bradley. He would have learnt something from Raymond Russell's shot. You can see the flags at the top of the sponsors' marquees down there. Can't feel the breeze down in the hollow where he is. He's got to go across the ridge. And today the flag's tucked 27 metres on, way up the back. 7 from the left. What clubs he got, Aussie?
He's got a 7-iron out. He's just nestled against the edge of the thicker rough there, so it's a little bit difficult to control this one.
You think it might fly?
It's got the possibility to jump, yes.
Straight into the breeze, though, Oz.
Yeah, it's not going to spin this one. It's gone.
Yeah, he's got some problems there to get up and down and salvage his par from there.
David Mackenzie, with this birdie putt, get himself back into the outright lead. Terrific attempt. Beautiful compact putting strokes. We go to Peter O'Malley.
From 128, 8-iron. This is a better lie than Baddeley had, and this is a pretty good looking shot.
He was pretty happy with it. He was running, trying to see where it was going to land, but again, that ball just checked up on the soft green, some 20 metres short of the flag.
Didn't quite have the spring in his step that Sergio Garcia had in that famous shot, which was awarded the shot of the year throughout the week. That famous shot from behind the tree. Just a reminder, we'll bring you up to date with the latest scores with our telecast about to close in a little under 10 minutes time from now, and you'll have the completed scores in Sports Tonight, which will be coming your way on 10 very soon. And then we'll be back with you for the final round coverage from 12 o'clock Eastern Daylight Saving Time tomorrow here from Adelaide, 11:30 local time.
Three-metre putt here for Parry. Misjudged his second. A very forgettable chip. He can make amends here. Just outside left edge. Yes, he's angry. It's a soft bogey after his tee shot. 70 metres left to the hole.
Well, while the steam stops coming out of his ears, we'll sneak over to the 18th. And this is the shot of Aaron Baddeley. Remember, he hit his second over the back. He's got two ways of playing. He can actually hit it with a 7-iron and bounce it into the bank. He could hit a little pitch shot and bounce it into here with a little 7-iron, or he could try and cut it up with a sand iron and land it up onto the green and let it run up to the hole. Two ways of playing it.
Meanwhile, back to David Mackenzie, safely negotiating his par putt. So now co-leaders Raymond Russell, David Mackenzie.
Let's check out the leaders board as it stands now, that we have only two of them. Raymond Russell and David Mackenzie. It's been thrust and parry between them all throughout the day, if you'll pardon the pun, because Craig Parry has now dropped out of a share of the lead, and he is at 6 under. Craig Jones at -4. And definitely a threat come tomorrow, and Steve Collins, after a great round of 69, also in contention. Back with our closing stages in just a moment.
Closing stages of the third round, the Ford Open Championship from Kooyonga Golf Club. Been a, well, difficult day, as Pete Donegan said. Thrust and parry, it certainly was a dogfight just to stay on top of the leaderboard this afternoon, and not really a lot happened for our leaders.
Well, we saw a lot happen on the front nine when they took advantage of some downwind par fives and some lighter wind conditions. But once they reached the back nine, the wind picked up and the tournament really got going.
It did, and, well, we've got anybody's tournament now, really, Rick.
Well, it's good, yeah. You've got Craig, who just dropped a shot on 17, but Raymond Russell and David Mackenzie both at 7 under. But they've, here we go, Aaron Baddeley tapping in for par on 18. Remain 2 under and only one shot in front now in the amateur battle. But yeah, Mackenzie and Russell and Craig have definitely let some other players back into the tournament.
Yeah, they certainly have. He probably just got himself a little bit unnerved, a little bit rattled toward the end of his day.
Yes, he did. He started to lose just a little bit of composure, but you know, at that age.
Raymond Russell for par now. and should be formality, although we have seen a few short ones slip by today, haven't we?
I think we'll give him this one.
I think he can have that one.
After a long, hard day.
Very generous of us. Right in the heart of the cut. No drama at all. And there's his card. 3 bogeys there on the backside. As you said, Grades, it's when it started to get a bit difficult.
Yeah, well, that wind really picked up and gusted, and the guys had a lot of trouble picking clubs. We saw a lot of come up short on the par 3 15th there. No one could quite get the right distance. And then David Mackenzie had a good chance to get back into another lead, a couple of shot lead, and he made bogey on 16, the par 5.
Yeah, you might have just joined us. If you have, here's the leaderboard as it stands at the moment. Raymond Russell 7 under with Dave Mackenzie, and he's just hung in there, so 1 over 4 today. Craig Parry lurking still at 6 under, and 2 under for the day. Good round by Craig Jones, the Queenslander, 5 under for today, a 67, and he's 4 under. And over on the next page, there's a group of them, including Peter Senior, Robert Allenby, and Peter O'Malley. There's a trifecta for you on 3 under.
Well, have a look at that page. Senior Allenby, O'Malley, Shane Tate, and then Aaron Badley stuck right in the middle.
Lurking.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, as I said, now they're back in the golf tournament.
Yeah, what that means is we're all set up for a fantastic day tomorrow, and please join us from midday or check your local guides for the times. The Ford Open Championship from Kooyonga. We'll see you then.
With Becca Sport, the network team.
A3, but you can certainly set yourself up for victory. It is no different at the Ford Open, where everyone is charging for the top after round 3. At Kooyonga, here's Tim Webster.
Well, it was a case of hanging in there for our leaders at the Ford Open Championship today in difficult conditions, bit of rain around, it got quite breezy too. David Mackenzie started the day at 8 under and he was leading the tournament, and then the dogfight began.
Shot at the 9.
David Mackenzie led by 3 shots at the start of the day, but Raymond Russell put up the best challenge early. Teenager Aaron Badley continued to impress, getting himself out of trouble to stay in the hunt.
It's a very good long iron bunker shot from the young Victorian.
While Craig Parry continued to lurk in the background, a few shots off the pace. But overnight leader David Mackenzie continued to savour success.
Look at the smile on the face of David Mackenzie. And
Russell challenged for a share of the lead and finally got there on the 10th hole.
Beautiful birdie.
No such joy for Tony Mills, who was having a horror run.
His problems continue.
But the players were pleased to find the greens playing better.
We've all been playing very good, and, you know, the course is set for scoring today. The greens are a little softer than they were the last couple of days, so that's why you're seeing better scores today.
Badley was determined to remain amongst the leaders and showed fine touch.
And bingo, that's why he's playing so well. He's very...
A bogey on the 12th meant Russell's share of the lead was short-lived, but a patient Parry quietly made his presence felt.
Oh, thank you.
At last.
A break, yeah.
The back 9 proved punishing, and it showed in the ever-changing leaders board. The teenage whiz Aaron Badley struck problems.
Way right, actually, that could be deep trouble.
There's danger over here. If he cuts it far enough, it might finish out in the clear. He might just sneak around the back of those bushes there.
It then became very tight at the top.
Oh, thank you.
Russell was joined by Parry in the chase for the lead, the pair making it a three-way tussle with Mackenzie.
Up you come. Up you come. We go to 18.
Even Robert Allenby challenged, finishing 4 shots behind the leaders.
Well, there is the leaderboard. David Mackenzie bogeyed the last, so Raymond Russell, the Scotsman, leads us into the final round of the Ford Open Championship. Craig Parry there to strike, and over on the other page you'll find some big names too, all still in the golf tournament. There's Peter O'Malley, Peter Senior and Robert Allenby. What a trifecta they are at 3 under par. So join us again tomorrow. It should be an exciting final day's play of the Ford Open Championship. Check your local guides for the times and join us here at Kooyonga.